everybody. My name is Trevor Young, and I make animated movies.
Wow.
And so real briefly here, I'm going to give like a brief overview of like how it's done today with like CG and computer animation and all that stuff. So when you think about animated movies, you may think about this process where this man right here is going to do hundreds and hundreds of little drawings. They're going to photograph them, and then they turn into your favorite classic animated movies, such as A Stroll in Central Park and Rocketman. And the question that I'm asked quite often is, so do you just like take a drawing and it goes into the computer and then you have like this animated character? And the answer is kind of. So this is kind of what's called the pipe, and everything that goes into an animated movie goes through the pipe. And so it starts kind of the story, and then it goes down this side here, which is kind of the front end, and then the back end. And this is how they all kind of work. So like story informs design, which goes to modeling and surfacing, rigging, animation informs everything. You go into render and lighting, and then you kind of have like the final product. So let's go down the list. First up is story. By the way, these are images from stuff that I've worked on through my career. So in story, you have somebody who does like kind of like a comic panel for everything, all the little actions. They time it out, and so you actually have like a movie made just with these little comic panels first to kind of time everything out. Then story says, hey, we came up with these characters, and somebody has to design them. So it goes to design. They go through several different iterations of stuff to try and figure out what stuff should look like. They do environments and props and everything like that. Then it goes to modeling, and there's kind of two steps to this. One step is like these clay sculptures, where they take the drawings, they kind of figure out how they move in space and how they turn and stuff. But then they also kind of model them in the computer too. Then those models go to surfacing or texturing, and this is like a whole department that kind of decides like, okay, how reflective is that wood, and what's the beak going to look like exactly? How does that truck in the background, like how grimy do we make that, and what is it supposed to look like? Then it goes to fur, and there's a whole department that puts every single piece of hair on all these characters. So you kind of see like what it looks like before fur, what it looks like after fur. And you can even fur like trees. There's a fur department that does like tree stuff. Rigging is up next, so you take that model and you're like, well, how do we get it to move around? So there's a whole department that puts like bones and joints and all sorts of controls. One thing that's cool is this Wile E. Coyote here has like over 1,000 different controls on his face that we can kind of manipulate and move around. Then when Story did those like kind of color panels, kind of figure things out, layout comes in and they actually have like a camera in the computer that they lay everything out, figure out all the camera angles, the timing, how things work compositionally and stuff. Then it goes to animation, which is what I do. Over here, this is like kind of what things look like in the computer a little bit, kind of this jumbled mess of rainbow madness. In here, you can see the controls from the rig that are on there. We as animators, we do a lot of research. We like to study life. We like to look at books and things, and we look at YouTube and look at funny cat videos and stuff like that. And then classic films, we look at those too. That's how they inspire us. When we're planning our shots, more planning stuff, we may do what are called thumbnail drawings, where we kind of plot everything out in like little tiny drawings, the timing and the actions and all that kind of stuff. We may film ourselves doing the action and kind of work from that. And then we have a chance to do some really cool fun stuff too, where we can kind of break physics, and if we have like a really fast move, we may like stretch things like crazy. We may add another head to like kind of simulate the motion. Here's Wile E. Coyote with like 3 different arms because he's doing a quick movement. So once we're done animating, it kind of goes to the back half of the pipe where they kind of put all the bells and whistles and make things look pretty. This is effects. They'll do like fireworks, water splashes, explosions, trails of smoke, kind of all that kind of stuff that's just like kind of particles. That's kind of cool. Simulation will come in, and anything that's like kind of cloth, when when the animation moves around, they want the cloth to react to that and feel like you can do miracles and stuff like that. One thing that's cool is we've got this like kind of slug character here in one of these movies, and he actually had his like belly simulated because we wanted to have like this chili. There's another part called crowds, where we need like hundreds of people out there in the background. There's like a whole department that kind of populates crowds and stuff like that. Then it gets to lighting, which is what you guys get to see, the final product of everything kind of put together. One thing that's really cool is like where I work, the whole lighting system was designed by these like nuclear physicists, like literally nuclear physicists that study photons. So like this is actually like super realistic. So really happens. So, in conclusion, we take the drawing, we put it in the computer. A lot of amazing people.